Right, awesome. So at this point, I'd love to go through our mission and vision statement. For majority of you know it, but there are few people who would love to know and understand our background. So I will be sharing my screen in a moment. Right, I hope you can all see my screen. Kingdom Financial Institute is a leading financial literacy school that is committed to empowering and educating first generation wealth builders to build, preserve, and transfer wealth based on biblical principles. And our vision is to be the premier destination for first generation wealth builders seeking to transform their financial futures. We aspire to create a global community of informed and empowered individuals who, through our guidance and resources, can build substantial wealth, protect their assets, and leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. We envision a world where financial security and generational prosperity are within reach for all who seek it, regardless of their background or previous financial experience. Our mission statement, sorry about that. Our mission is to provide first generation wealth builders with the knowledge, tools, and strategies they need to achieve financial success and create a lasting legacy. We are dedicated to fostering financial literacy and promoting wealth building opportunities while ensuring that our students have the skills and confidence to navigate the complexities of wealth preservation. Ladies and gentlemen, that is who we are as Kingdom Financial Institute. So feel welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome to KFI. And at this point, I'd also love to read a brief background of who the founder of Kingdom Financial Institute is, so that as you see who we are, our vision statement, our mission statement, you also get to understand who the brain behind KFI is in a nutshell. He's many things, but this is it in a nutshell. Our founder, Coach Isaac Kubvoruno, is a seasoned financial literacy consultant and a wealth building coach with over 23 years of entrepreneurial success. He is driven by the biblical mandate to create generational wealth, as exemplified by Proverbs 13:22 that says that a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Coach Isaac is also the visionary behind Kingdom Business Academy, which is an institution that offers Bible-based business coaching, leadership development, and entrepreneurial guidance. His holistic approach and profound understanding of the intersection of faith and finance make him a sought-after speaker, coach, and mentor who is dedicated to helping others achieve financial success and leave a lasting legacy. That is who our founder is. Please help me welcome Coach Isaac. Welcome, Coach Isaac.
Thank you very much, Coach Lucy. I am so glad to be working side by side with you and your dedication to the empowering of other people, of others. I want to welcome you, everybody who is here. Thank you for joining us tonight. I can promise you that we're going to have a good time of learning. I can promise you that today is no different. You are going to learn some things, some time. You are not going to learn anything new, but you're going to be reminded of the things that we need to do, that we already know that we have to practice. Today, before we begin, actually, I just wanted to find out from those that were here last week. You can either unmute yourself or you can raise your hand, and Coach Lucy is going to call upon you to tell us in brief what we talked about last week. I can tell there are a couple of people that were here last week, if not the majority of them. Let's find out, what did we talk about last Thursday? Quickly, please. Thank you. There are no wrong answers, by the way. Don't be afraid. What did you talk about? You can write in the chat. You can raise your hand, or you can unmute yourself and talk. Whatever you are comfortable with. Thank you. Coach Penny. Coach Penny unmuted yourself, maybe probably by mistake, but we would love to hear your voice, Coach Penny. Who else was here last week? Let me tell you about the topic though. The topic was about decisions. The topic was about decisions, especially financial decisions. What did we say about financial decisions? Thank you, Coach Timothy. He says there is wisdom in waiting. Powerful, powerful. There is so much wisdom in waiting. Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification, we talked about that. And the power of waiting. Rachel says, principles to consider in decision making. Very, very, very important. We don't make emotional decisions. We don't make emotional decisions, but we make principled decisions. What it means is that it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter really how you feel. It matters what principle says. Because any decision that you make out of an emotion, we say that you will always regret. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel, for doing that. And then Coach Fanny says, apologies, I'm still at work. We understand, Coach Fanny. We're honored that although you are at work, you are here with us. That says a lot, right? There is wisdom in sleeping over a decision. Coach Timothy, very, very important. There is wisdom in sleeping over a decision. Don't be in the habit of making rushed decisions. Often, rushed decisions are based on emotions or feelings. Sleep over a decision. Delay the expression of a decision. Like we said, there are people who quit their jobs because they are angry in the moment. But then before they go to bed, they are already regretting because they made a decision based on emotion. You see, when you are making that decision, you don't even realize that that decision is influenced by emotions. That is why you have to ask yourself intentionally and ask yourself, is this decision rational or emotional? If it's rational, then sleep over it. Oh, I cannot even begin to tell you how many people have benefited from sleeping over a decision. Sleep over it. Allow yourself time to process your emotions and your feelings. Allow yourself to get back to normal. What is an emotion? Listen very carefully. What is an emotion? An emotion is a chemically induced reaction. It's a chemical. You are really under the influence of a hormone. And we said the emotions can be positive or negative. It doesn't matter. As long as it is an emotion, don't make a decision out of it. you can be overexcited. There are people who died because they were overexcited. I know somebody who got an American visa, and they went to tell somebody, a close person, and they sped. I mean, they were going so fast because of the excitement that they got a visa. And in the process, before they reached the place where they wanted to tell the close family member or friend, they were involved in an accident and died at an intersection. A positive, exciting emotion. You must never make a decision out of excitement. Make all decisions out of what? Out of principle. I wish I could just zero in on that and give you examples after examples. Excitement. If you are excited, it means that your body has excreted in the system some hormones. You are under the influence of hormones. These are drug-like hormones, some of which you can actually buy from the store. These are excreted in the body. Whenever you change your mood, whenever you change your feelings, whenever you change your emotions, either you go high or low, you must know that there is a chemical reaction happening in the body, a biochemical reaction happening because of hormones. I wish everybody would study the effect of these hormones, of these chemicals, like endorphin, these chemicals that are excreted by our bodies, and then we make decisions on the high. Never make a financial decision or a life-changing decision under the influence of emotions. Allow your emotions to die down. What happens is that when you delay, the hormone itself is designed in such a manner that it wanes off. Its effect on your brain is like coffee. After an hour or so, you need another cup. The body does not keep releasing more and more and more and more unless whatever excited you is still exciting you. But in the majority and normal cases, it happens once, you get excited, and then it begins to die down. So, it does not matter what excited you. And we often not use the word excitement in the right term. Excitement can be negative or positive. The brain excitement just means that the brain is not working in the manner that it should. Either you are low and either you are high. It's excitement. Don't make a decision out of excitement. Right. Coach Timothy has another one. He says, you can never survive in business if you are in a habit of making emotional decisions. Man, you captured everything that we talked about. It's no wonder why, Coach, you are growing. You cannot survive in business if you are in the habit of making decisions, emotional decisions. If you are a manager of people, Your success in managing people is based on your ability to manage your emotions. Please write that down somewhere. If you are a manager, if you are a leader, your success in leadership, your success in influencing people, your success in directing people, a team towards a common goal, is based on your ability to manage your emotions. If you are unable to manage your emotions, you are not able to manage people, because every person comes with their own set of emotions. So the first set of management, the first ability to manage must be tested in your ability to manage yourself, your emotions. Show me anyone who's able to manage their emotions, and I'll show you somebody who's able to manage people. Somebody who can succeed in managing people. If you are a leader of an organization who's working and leading a team, you can lose your credibility with the people that you are leading. Completely lose the credibility simply because you are unable to manage your emotions. Out of anger, out of frustration, you say things that people end up saying, oh, I respected her, I respected him until you said such and such. Your emotions, your ability to control and subdue your emotions is a sign of your ability to manage people. Better decisions create a better life. Thank you, Coach Timothy. Better decisions create better lives. Poor decisions create a poor life. It's all about decisions. In a day, you and me make many decisions. Now, the question is, do you make empowering decisions or limiting decisions? And we said even the failure to make a decision is a decision not to make a decision. We all make decisions. The question is, are you in the habit of making empowering decisions? And how you know that is that assess your life today. Assess your life today. Because your life today and my life today is the result of the decisions that we have made in the past. You are and I am the sum of my decisions to this end. So if you're not happy with your life, then analyze your decision-making processes. There are decisions you made in the past that created the person you are today. We often want to blame others and the government and everything else. Yes, there is a place for all those entities in your life. But at the end of it all, you are the master of your destiny. It's your decision that will create the future that you cannot escape. The decisions that you are making right now, in this moment, the decision that you are making today, in this moment, are creating a future you cannot escape. I hope that is sinking in your mind. Every decision that you are making today, right now, in this season, every one of them is creating a future you cannot escape, because we are the sum of our decisions. The person you are today is a reflection of the decisions you made in the past. Financial decisions, right? Relational decisions. Decisions about what job you to take. Decisions about where to go to school. There is no decision that you make that is neutral. Every decision, the sum of our decisions today are creating a future we cannot escape. In other words, your future and my future is built by the bricks of our decisions. Our decisions are the bricks that build our future. Therefore, we must, it is imperative that we make decisions that align with principle. Because when you make a decision that is principle-based, the outcome of those decisions are predictable. If you make a decision today that I want to stop, I'm going to stop eating junk, that from today I'm going to read labels of the food that I buy. If there is any, in the ingredients, if there is anything that I don't understand, I won't buy it. If there are any ingredients that are not healthy, I will not eat it. If there is added refined sugar, I won't eat it. If you today, right now, today, you make that decision that from this moment, I will not eat anything that has added refined sugar in it. By the end of this year, you will be a changed person physically and even mentally. Changed person. It's a decision. And this, if you make cumulative decisions in every facet of your life, imagine the transformation that happens in your life. The beginning of this year, I made a decision to stop drinking any soft drinks, sodas. Anybody who was close to me then, they know that there was one type of a soda or soft drink that I enjoyed so much, right? Right here next to me is my mini fridge that is always loaded with something to hydrate me as I work on a daily basis. And it used to be filled with those unhealthy sodas. And I made a decision this January, this December, that from the 1st of January, I'm done with that. And I've not, up to this moment, I've not taken those. I've replaced them with healthy ones. It's a decision, and there's a transformation in my body as a result of that. Decisions. Now, in the interest of time, let's talk about something else. One of the decisions that we make, and as we talk about this, I'm also going to share my screen so that you can follow along easily. One thing that you're going to realize about decisions is that many of us, we procrastinate making decisions. Procrastinate. It's not that we don't know what to do, but the question is, we don't want to do it now. We believe there's a time in the future that is conducive for making decisions. Some imaginary time in the future. But I want to tell you that there's no such thing as that. Today is the best day to make your decisions. Today, not tomorrow, today. One of those decisions is the decision to keep up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses. It's a decision that has destroyed many families and individuals financially. Remember, this is Kingdom Financial Institute. The decision to keep up with the Joneses. What does that mean is the decisions to order or we make financial decisions based on what our friends and neighbors are doing. Imagine that. Our budget is determined by our neighbors. People that we don't even know where they get their money and how they get it. The decision to keep up with the Joneses is a decision that has impacted many individuals and families. The relentless pursuit of matching or exceeding the lifestyle and spending habits of those around us. We want to match, we want to imitate how they spend their money, what they buy. We buy the things that we buy because of what we see within the circle of our neighbors and friends and family. The decisions we make financially, we need to understand and ask ourselves, why do we make the financial decisions that we make? Why? Because in the majority of cases, we are making those decisions in order to match the lifestyle and the spending habits of those around us. We are copycats. If they are driving an SUV, we want to drive an SUV as well. If they make a house renovation, let me qualify that. If they make an unnecessary update to their house, we also feel the need to make an unnecessary update or renovation to our houses, just so we can show them that we also have the money to do that. The decision they make affect the decisions we make. They buy their children toys, or let me qualify that, unnecessary toys Toys that are excite our children today and tomorrow, they are under the beds and forgotten. They don't even know about them anymore. Yet we've gone out of our way to buy those toys, not because they are in need, but simply because our friends bought their neighbors the same. The drive to appear affluent and successful has devastated many families financially. We want to appear to them, we want to appear wealthy. So how do we do that? The only way is to catch up with them. If they buy a brand new car, we're going to buy also a brand new car, probably a better one than them, just to show them that we have the ability to do it. How people do that, it boggles my mind. Making a financial decision based on what we see others doing. Or we visit some place and we see, oh, they have this and they have that. Then we go home and make a financial commitment, a financial decision to do likewise. It is not healthy to do that because it has messed up many families financially. Some are digging themselves deeper and deeper in problems because of that habit to keep up with the Joneses. We don't have to look affluent while we are actually imploding inside. I wish you could open your mind, God would open your minds and see how those neighbors are struggling to keep up with their own Joneses as well. It's a sad reality. It's all a facade. It's all a facade. The house is not owned. It's still on a mortgage, and they are still paying interest only. If anything happens to them, they lose it because it is owned by the bank, by the mortgage company or the bank. The car they're driving, which is brand new, which they purchased last year and has already lost 30% of its value. It's like burning money. They are paying $1,000, $2,000, $4,000 in monthly payments for a car. God have mercy. $4,000 or $5,000, more than a mortgage, paying off a car that they don't even need, simply because a neighbor or a friend or a family member who is irresponsible about their money, just because they bought it, and we are also doing the same. God is calling us to a better way of living. Keeping up with the Joneses is not what we need to do. Now the question is, do you understand the problem? Do you even understand it's a problem? Keeping up with the Joneses, it is influenced by the desire to fit in. The desire to fit in. The desire for social acceptance. The desire to be counted among the affluent. when in reality, we are all acting. There are sleepless nights in the house. The real reality, when the lights are off, the reality is that their struggles, their fights, their anxieties, their fears. What could happen should we? Because there's nothing saved, there's nothing invested. All the money is spent in keeping up with the appearances. The desire to fit in, the desire for social acceptance, the desire to feel a sense of achievement, when in reality, we are only a paycheck away from poverty. Real wealth builders, serious wealth builders, they don't show off by the things they have, especially things of no value. How will it help somebody to walk around with a $2,000 handbag when there's nothing inside? Does it even make sense? Does it even make sense that somebody has a $500 handbag and or is driving a car they're paying $1,000 a month, yet they have no brokerage account. They're not investing anything. Who are we trying to impress? Nobody. The desire to fit in, the desire for social acceptance, the desire to feel a sense of achievement. Oh, I've made it. No, you have not made it. You're drowning. The reality, you're drowning. This desire leads to dangerous financial behaviors. Because once you buy that car, please listen very carefully. Once you buy that car on credit, and you have accepted that ridiculous monthly installment, you know very much that you are going to do everything in your power to keep up, because losing that car through repossession will do exactly the opposite of what you are trying to achieve. Therefore, the reality is that there are people going without food in their homes. Basics in life, no food, because they are trying to make a car payment. No insurance, because they're making a car payment. No savings, because they're making a car note. At the end of the 6 years, the car has lost value, they've lost money, and they have nothing to show for it. And guess what happens? Because the neighbor is buying a new one, then they have to do it as well. Again, it's a miserable cycle. God is calling us to a better way of living. Once you do that, here's what happens. You begin to neglect personal financial realities and goals. How can you have goals when all the money is spent on keeping appearances? So we are saying at Kingdom Business Academy, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It doesn't matter what people think about you. I mean, I honestly want people to think that I'm poor. That's even better. What does it change? What does it change? I would rather look poor, but with no stress. I don't have to keep up with anything. Instead of appearing to be rich when you are poor, do the opposite. Be actually wealthy and appear poor. Go around. Real wealth builders don't drive Porsches and Lamborghinis. No, those are wannabes. Anybody who understands the power, those are first. I wish you knew how many times those Lamborghinis are repossessed. There's actually a show on TV. The majority of those, they don't even own them, they are rented. And we want to be like them. The Bible says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. There's a better way. And that's what we are calling for at Kingdom Financial Institute. There's a better way, a simplified way of living, where you prioritize making good financial decisions, where you live a simple life, yet a life that assures that you have all the needs covered. Should something happen today, you know you have built an emergency fund somewhere where you don't have to panic. Should you lose a job, you know you don't have to panic because there is a fund somewhere that you are building, an emergency fund, where if you have children, you're not scared about their education because each child has a fund that you are investing on a monthly basis or on a paycheck by paycheck basis, preparing for their future, for their education. You're not worrying about what will happen should I die? Because the last time I checked, 1 out of every 1 dies. That's the reality of life. 1 out of every 1 dies. And the question is that, should death knock at your door, have you made good financial decisions that your family does not have to change their lifestyle after you are dead? Ask yourself right now, should I die now? Am I a liability to my family or an asset? Does my death cause them to worry, or while they cry that I'm dead, at least they are better off financially because I have insurance is covered in the event that I die? It doesn't matter where you are and how old you are, whether you are married or single. Ask yourself the question, am I a liability or an asset to my family. If you did not come from a wealthy family, a wealthy family must come out of you. You have to break the bone and the back of poverty. There is an erroneous belief that poverty is a passport to heaven. That's one of the worst things that Christians believe. Why would God create gold and silver, things of value, if he did not intend for them to be used by us? Whose are they for? If we claim God to be our Father, what kind of a father would create valuable things for his enemies' sons and daughters? If gold and silver was created by God, you can believe that he created for his children. And you are part of them. So when we change our mindset, which the Romans chapter 12 and verse 2 is saying, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. There has to be a new mind in you, a new mindset. You think differently about money. You think differently about things that you are doing, the habits that you have. Think differently and adopt new habits. There are people who came into the United States 40 years ago, 40 years ago, and they still have nothing to show for it. You know why? They may have escaped poverty in their countries, but they brought the mindset, and they've been living the mindset here in an abandoned country. Poverty is predictable. Success is predictable. Are you making decisions that are influenced by biblical decisions? Are you keeping up with the Joneses? Are you buying luxury vehicles? Luxury vehicles. Amen. BMWs. You know what they are called? That's a vehicle for the poor. That's what they actually call. Anybody understand that? We understand the language of economics. They are called, those vehicles are called vehicles of the poor. You know why? Because they've made many people poor. Because just an oil change, you need $200 or more. An oil change that you can get at Walmart for $29 for a Toyota. Just brakes only $700 or $1,000. Brakes, a set of which you can get at AutoZone for a Toyota for $40. It blows my mind how we can make such decisions and be happy with that. Buying a vehicle that is making you poor just because you want to show off to people that you don't even know, to people that you don't even like you, to people that we don't even care about. Luxury vehicles have caused many people to be poor. It takes $100-something to fill a gas tank just to drive for half a week. Then you do it again. When somebody is driving a Toyota Corolla or Camry or Hyundai, and they're filling their tank for $20-something, and they go for 2 weeks. keeping up with the Joneses has made many people poor. The pressure to own luxury cars. It leads to hefty loans and high monthly payments because you can't buy it cash. You can't. You've got to buy I am never impressed by new cars, by the way. I'm never impressed. That will never impress me. Oh, I can see one and say, oh, that car looks beautiful. Because they do look beautiful, right? But driving that never impresses me. Here's how, if you want to impress me, drive a 10-year-old Toyota that you have paid cash, not more than $5,000. And you have no car note, and it is reliable. And it takes $40, $50 a tank of gas, which takes you for over 2 weeks. Now that impresses me. Have you ever, check on gas stations. I do. When you are there at the gas station and somebody drives next to you and they're filling their big trucks or their expensive vehicles, just see how much they're paying. And those cars don't even take regular gasoline, they take premium gasoline. And they're paying a lot of money just to drive and burn it. It's like literally taking money, put it in petrol or gasoline and torching it. That's how cars move. They're burning money. Simply because we want to keep up appearance with the Joneses. Never base your spending or lifestyle by how others are living themselves. It impacts your ability to save. It impacts the long-term goals. You can't plan anything because all your disposable income is going to keep up with their appearances, paying a hefty monthly payments. I say there is no need, and there has ever been a need to buy a car on credit. Never. There will never be a need. Because you can buy a car cash for even less than $1,000. It's possible. And then you save while you're driving your beat up, reliable 20-year-old car, taking you from point A to B, doing your duties. While you're driving that, you're saving to buy a more reliable. You buy for $800, but then you begin to save and $5,000, and then you go and buy a $5,000 car. That one, if you do your due diligence, it will take you for even 30 years if you know how to maintain a vehicle. While others are driving around burying themselves in debt, you are driving debt-free. You can never compare with those people. No pressure, no anxiety, no fear. Free. Driving a brand new car, worried. What does that give you? So we are saying that Keeping up with the Joneses is not something that we do at Kingdom Financial Institute. We don't do that. And if you are here, if you already have a vehicle like that, or it's so simple, go and give it back to them. Or sell it yourself. Better off sell it yourself, because you can control how much you get from it. Because if you sell to them, they will give it to you. They will accept it for a very low value because they're going to resell it to somebody else. They keep making money on it. But find a buyer, and then if it's still holding value, find a buyer who is going to buy it either exactly how much you owe for it, or a slightly higher, or slightly low, so you can get rid of it and go and buy something cheap. I remember a family that moved to a certain neighborhood. I won't share names and places, but they just graduated from certain schools. They were professionals. Both wife and husband were professionals. So they quickly, probably within their first 6 months, each one was driving a very expensive SUV, each one of them. Both of them were driving big. I mean, they looked beautiful. They looked rich. I mean, they looked wealthy. And in a short time, they were in a big house, very, very big house. They don't even have a child, but they are already in a big, big house with 5 bedrooms and so many other things. And you wonder, who are they going to? Only God knew. But here's what happened. I was in a conversation with them after I had presented almost the same talk that I'm presenting today. And the wife, not the husband, the wife approached me while she's literally dragging her husband in one hand and also waving that I stop. And I stopped, and she says, "Please, can we have a moment with you?" So we went into the room that was next where we're standing. Cut the long story short, she says, "We are drowning. We are drowning. Help us." If you were in our life, we would think that you were talking about us today. She says, "What you said, everything that you say today, that's us. Help us." I suggested a few things, which involved getting rid of those cars and selling that house and downgrading their life and living below their means, which the wife said, "We will do exactly like you say." We followed up with maybe 2-3 more sessions, and they did exactly that. Downgraded their life, sold the house, sold the cars, purchased used ones, but reliable ones, not even beat up, but good, reliable vehicles that when somebody's driving, you don't even look at them and wonder what is going on. And even if people wondered what's going on, it's not your business. They don't even know you. They don't go home with you. They downgraded their life. They simplified their life. They stopped going on vacations. Oh man, they would post pictures, almost every month in a certain place. And she said all of those were on credit cards. They had latest gadgets. They were already renovating their new house. Imagine renovating a new house. But they stopped all that madness. Today, they are unrecognizable. Simple life. Yet, their investments, now they have more than 4 homes. One they live in, one for each child. And the children are all under 10 years old. The children already have homes, and these homes are rental properties that are generating income for them. Their life is totally different. Not a single credit card. No debt, not a single debt. They owe nobody, nothing. Yet, they have managed to build a portfolio that is life-changing. Only because they stopped keeping up with the Joneses and shut their eyes from what people think about them. Now, all those neighbors are envying them because now they are worth like 20 times more than everybody else who was in their group. And now those people are beginning to say to them, what can we do to be like you? Because it was all a facade. You can change your life and simplify it by living below your means so that you can have more disposable income to invest and to save and to prepare for the next thing in your life. All is possible. All is possible. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5 says, keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. Free from the love of money. Money is not designed to be loved, but to be used. We use money and we love people, not the other way around. Again, we use money. Money is a tool. It is not the end. It is the means to the end. It's a tool that we utilize, given to us for a season, to utilize, to change our lives, to make it better, not to be loved at the expense of a quality, simple, content life. I would rather live in a 1-bedroom house and driving a 2015 Toyota or Hyundai or Honda, reliable vehicle. I would rather be in that 1-room house and have nutritious food in the fridge and have a peace of mind and not have to worry about paying anybody a bill and not have to worry about what if my son says he wants this and what that. I don't have to worry about that. What if I get sick? What if? We can live simple lives where you don't have to worry about what to do. When we make sound financial decisions. And one of those today, we say it is when we make the decisions not to keep up with the Joneses. Whatever they are doing with their money is their business. We're going to make right decisions. Whatever they are buying is none of their business. We will drive our Toyotas and Hyundais that are 15 and 20 years old, and happily so, without debt, without paying. Imagine getting your whole salary, all of it, after the taxes are paid and everything, and then you don't owe anybody. Imagine that. Imagine that life. So it's possible. It's very possible. There are people who are actually doing it. May God bless you. Over to you, Coach Lucy, to lead us into the conclusion.
Thank you so much, Coach Isaac, for such an eye-opening message. I personally have really learned a lot from this, and I hope everyone else has. I'd like to thank all of you once again for joining. At this point, I'd love us to take 2 or 3 questions if we have any. So feel free to type it in the chat or unmute yourself so you can ask a question. Any questions, comments are welcome. While we are waiting for that, I'd like to let you know that if you would love to have a one-on-one session with Coach Isaac, maybe you feel like you want more personalized sessions with him, I'm gonna post a link in the chat for you to schedule a consultation session with him, and you'll be able to craft your own sessions with him. And yeah, we also have a KFI WhatsApp group. So if you're not in the WhatsApp group, I have posted the link as well. Please join the WhatsApp group so that you can get updates on what's going on with in KFI, and you will not be left behind. I am seeing Cheryl has said thank you, Coach Isaac, as well as Richard for this message. Coach Isaac, maybe you can tell them about the new books you just published, and then we will call it session. We have another comment right here. Very informative indeed. God is the standard of living, not any other created being. We need to mind where our focus is. Thank you so much, Rachel, for that.
All right.
Thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you so much, Coach Lucy. Thank you, Rachel, for such a comment. Yes, I have published 2 books. Let me share them with you. Give me a second. But I have published 2 books for those that are married, those that are married with among us. These books, the first one is titled Keep the Fire Burning. Keep the Fire Burning. This book is for anybody whose marriage or relationships are not where they want to be. Right? If for whatever reason you are in a relationship or a marriage where you know that it is not where you want it to be, I personally believe that any marriage can get better. I absolutely believe that any marriage can get better. But the question is, do you know how to get it better? Do you know how to fan the flames of your marriage that are dwindling? Do you know how to revive your marriage? Do you know how to make it better? Do you know what to do to turn it around. So I am saying in this book, I am actually showing you step by step how to do just that. So if you are one of those people that want to do that, these books are for you. They are designed to do just that. Now, they are on you can buy them on Amazon, wherever you are. As long as there's an Amazon, you can buy them from Amazon. The ebook is only $9. The paperback is $20. You know, for the price of a cup of coffee, you can transform your marriage. These books have taken me, this one here has taken me more than 2 years to write. Anybody who has been close to me and has been following me, you know that from the beginning of 2022, I was talking about keep the fire burning, keep the fire burning. And we went through Keep the Fire Burning series in 2023. Right. And now we are still going through the Keep the Fire Burning. How to rekindle the flames of your marriage is something that I totally believe in. And I've used that system to revive other people's marriages, and it works. The next book is The Divine Design. The Divine Design. Discovering the purpose, the multiple purposes of marriage. And we are discovering those purposes from God's perspective. Because we often enter into marriage, all of us, for selfish and self-centered purposes and reasons, only to discover that all those things that we based for entering marriage are wrong and erroneous. When God instituted marriage, he had divine purposes for marriage. And it's not one, it's not two, it's not three, it's not even 10. It's more than that. And all of those purposes of marriage are, and how we can align our marriages to fulfill those for God's glory, for the expansion of his kingdom, and for the benefit of humanity. And lastly, for your benefit, not as a primary beneficiary, but as a secondary beneficiary. Marriage was never intended for us personally. And it will blow your mind to understand that when God instituted marriage, it was first for his glory, and second for the expansion of his kingdom, and third for the benefit of humanity. Those are the primary purposes of marriage. And then there are secondary purposes, and those are that have to do with us. But the reality is that we have shifted that. We have made marriage about us. We have become the primary beneficiary of our marriages. And as a result, we have kicked God out of his throne in our marriages. And we have put ourselves there. And yet we wonder why our marriages are not functioning. They are not functioning, yes, because we have kicked the driver. And we are trying to drive from the passenger seat. It is impossible. Imagine, these are stories that have happened in real life where in a plane flying at 30,000 feet high, the pilot passes out. Imagine as a novice passenger who doesn't know anything, the million things, buttons on the dashboard. You don't even know what to do. Imagine what happens. Imagine what would happen if you are a passenger on that plane and the pilot has passed out. Imagine you sitting in the place of the pilot. That's exactly the scenario in our marriages. We've kicked the pilot. And this book here is designed to bring back the pilot on the seat, so that you and me can take a passenger seat, so he can fly our marriages to his destinies. This book will change your life and will change your marriage. They are both on Amazon. You can just Google, you can just search either by title or search my name on Amazon. You'll find them. Again, the ebook is only $9, and the other copy, which is a real book that they will ship to your house, one you can read and open, hard copy. It's $19 or $19.99. I'm not sure, very sure, but they are not below $20. This one has also just taken me more than 3 years to write. Did the research, spoke in churches and in conferences, fine-tuned the message, prayed for God's wisdom, and now they're in print. This will save your marriage as well. May God bless you. Thank you, Coach Lucy, for the opportunity to do this.
Thank you, Coach Isaac, and congratulations once again for the launch of those 2 books. I'd love to recognize our new visitors today. Nsiki Lansiki, I hope I said your name well. Very warm welcome to KFI. If you could tell us where you're watching us from, maybe type in the chat or unmute yourself if you can. That would be great to know where you're watching us from. Trisha as well, welcome to KFI. And I think I saw another name, Rachel. I'm not sure if Rachel has been here before, but welcome to all our new members. Thank you so much for being with us tonight or early morning, wherever you're watching us from. And we hope that this is not your first and last time. We would love to see you again, and not just see you again, have you as a member of Kingdom Financial Institute, because we are a family that is purposed to grow together. So thank you so much for joining. Make sure you tag along someone else next time so that you can learn together. I'm not sure if the new people typed in the chat yet, but yeah, if you get a chance, you can let us know where you're watching us from or how you heard about Kingdom Financial Institute, and that will be awesome. Right. I think at this point we have come to the end of the session. Again, thank you everyone for joining. It's been a pleasure hosting all of you. My name is Coach Lucy, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you again next Thursday. The link is always the same, doesn't change. Make sure you time as well, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you purpose to invite a friend. And in the event that you have not been able to, you're not able to catch up with us live, we have a YouTube page called Kingdom Financial Institute. So look for that and you'll see all the videos and all the recordings that have been posted for the previous sessions. Thank you for the clarification, Rachel. I see you're using a different name. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Tsiki Lansiki. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Watching from Botswana. People are watching us wee hours of the night and morning. So thank you so much for the sacrifice. Timothy as well watching us from Kenya. I know there's Marcy Chipeta watching us as well, I think from Malawi. So thank you, everyone, for your commitment and your sacrifice. Let's end with a word of prayer. Thank you, Lord, for this amazing session. Thank you for everyone who has committed their time and dedicated to coming to learn and grow. Thank you because their lives will be transformed and there will be evident growth some time to come, King of Glory. Thank you for equipping Coach Isaac to pour into our cups. May you continue filling his so that he can continue filling our cups as well. Thank you for all the members of KFI and all the other ministries. May you be with each one of them as well. Thank you for the generations that will be impacted from our growth. Thank you because we will take action and not just be hearers of this word. As we disperse to do different things, may you be with us and keep us until we meet again next week. In Jesus' name I pray, believing and trusting. Amen. Thank you so much, everyone. We have come to the end of the session. I wish all of you a lovely weekend and looking forward to seeing you again next week, same time, same place. Bye.